Mm-hmm. Yo. Uh some awareness. I've been tapping into some uh different forms of awareness. Awareness that I have been tapping into before previously, but I you could almost say like I almost took a break from certain forms or certain levels of awareness and actually took the time to deal with my physical aspect, my physical body, in terms of the detoxing, the cleansing, to allow the physical body to actually sustain a certain level of light activation, which would be grounded into this physical reality, into this realm of existence here in this present moment. And so I did a I did a colon cleanse, which if you check on YouTube, you may find something you could type it in about like mucoidal plaque, which is the removal of a film. It's kind of like a rubber that basically is a buildup of what would be equivalent to like plaque that people would get on their teeth, for example. A lot of bacteria imbalances occur through the existence of this mucoidal plaque within the lining of the intestinal tract. It's often found in the colon area, right? So through that actually slows down the the um the colon, because the colon, from what I've learned now, or what I've learned back then after doing the cleanse, is that the colon actually vibrates at a particular frequency, at a natural frequency, and given the size of the colon, the energy is pretty high. But given the size of the colon, because it goes around the stomach or around this area here and down, uh, it has a big significance when it to the body when it actually vibrates. So the mucoidal plaque actually slows down, or it stops the vibration or the movement of the colon almost completely, which then prevents or again hampers any elimination process occurring within the physical body. So naturally, when we bring this system back online, this allows for the other organs, because it vibrates the other organs, right? Again, the track line is aligned with the other organs, and it is also aligned with the root chakra energetically. So when this area is cleared, then the root chakra has in itself the ability to it's kind of like a fire. So let me tell you my experience of what I noticed when I cleansed that aspect, or the colon, right? I noticed I would feel like cones coming out of my hands, my feet, my my whole. The most I could explain it as is like a cyclone from my waist down, covering both of my feet. That's the best way I could describe it. And also cones coming, or cyclones coming from my, well, yeah, from like my forearm area down to my hand, my palms, right, and out, both hands. I also felt I could feel my chakra system moving up, up, and out, right, cycling around. So every time I breathe, I would feel it moving and cycling. Uh, I also noticed I would be able to feel, and I still do, I still am able to feel it, right? Uh, feel like certain objects, plants, animals. I would be able to feel when certain energies come into my space, right? And that's all from just doing a cool and cleanse. So when I did then the other organs, the other chakras, then all of that was increased or heightened. So I did that to start from the ground up, because I started my journey dealing more with the mind space, tapping into a lot of different realms. Yeah, very interesting experiences. But it created a little problem in terms of my physical body being able to catch up to these activations that I was getting. So I had to kind of do a little reset, a little restart. So and with that, then the foundation, because the foundation was set, then I would be able to reactivate. And this was coming from my higher self, explaining all this to me, essentially lightening the load. And that was in itself then a part of my own journey, my own personal journey of awakening and actually cleansing certain energies within my physical body, which is a correspondent in itself to our our higher realms of existence. So now I'm more moving into the awareness of not marginalizing certain experiences around us. Not what this book here calls this is dreaming while awake, right? Which it basically explains the whole thing with not marginalizing, or what they call edging certain experiences in your existence. So, for example, we do it all the time. So, you would walk around, your mind would be pondering on something, but around you there are birds chirping, there's a lizard just maybe you ran across your in front of your walk path. The wind is blowing, the trees are moving around, right? They're even communicating with each other. They're communicating with you, or wish to create a communication link with you. The sky is communicating with you. The grounds are communicating with you, and through our own belief system or our awareness, we marginalize these experiences, these levels or layers of sentience in which we don't really have the awareness or the connection. We don't make the connection between the holographic reality, or what in this book they call the dreaming, and our consciousness, right? So I go around to say that, but I say that and to say and making the connection back to the whole thing with the physical body. That is just one aspect of a journey, of the journey. Not everybody has to go through that aspect of activating the physical body, right? Or connecting the body to the spirit. It is one of the ways. Some people would call it the brute force way, in terms of triggering or allowing for those aspects. Is you basically using the aspect of herbs to actually cleanse out a certain aspect of the consciousness, and this allows for the higher consciousness, the spiritual mind, to then tap into the physical body, right? So the body then becomes a avatar, or yeah, you move into becoming embodying your higher self, or tuning into that avatar body, avatar awareness. So so yeah, it's interesting now for me to actually begin the process of now going back up the ladder of lights or illumination into balance, fully connecting to the self. Yeah. So for us, for each of us, it's gonna be a different journey, a different way of being, a different way of exploring ourselves, knowing ourselves, beginning to love ourselves, understanding that we are we are the all. We are multidimensional quantum beings, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of what we're experiencing, right? So yeah, be open, be aware of the thoughts that enter our minds. Become thoughtless in terms of tapping into the spiritual mind, and meditation is the start of that. Yeah. So I think, but I have mentioned that before in my videos. I'm now only recently tapping into one aspect of meditation. My meditations previously would have been more of like traveling to different places, or tapping into my body and allowing my, maybe like tuning into my body, going into like my cells and finding a world within there, right? Going into touching a leaf. You see a leaf right here, touching a leaf, and sending my consciousness into the leaf and explore, and yeah, just explore the actual feeling of what that leaf brings. Tuning into the sky, and actually feeling yourself as a cloud, right? Tuning into the ground, feeling every grass blade, like just visualize it, imagine it, feel it, know it. Feel every grass blade as the wind blows, and you blow as well because you're the grass, or the trees, and right. But again, for me, the foundation, I had to find my foundation, and the only, well, for me, well, in that journey, one of the ways for me to be able to tap into my body more was to cleanse my body of the toxins that were in the body, preventing the, like for example, the gut brain connection. So I had serious imbalances when it came to the microbiome within the gut. Um, so that would produce things like you would find, like for example, like many people have candida. So yeah, I found it very important, because you see the candida and these other like parasites or worms actually have the ability to infiltrate your mind, your thoughts. And they would tell you, for example, like you'll be in the supermarket and you see like cookies, and they'll be like, yo, I'm hungry. I want cookies. And those are not your thoughts. Those are theirs that are sending this information to you, right? Through your nervous system. So yeah. So I basically went about the process of actually doing that. And one of my experiences I had with that was in 2018. 2018, I did a parasite cleanse with wormwood, clove, and black walnut tincture. I think you can find that on different stores online for maybe about $14 or so, right? And I remember taking this thing for 3 days. So they said you should take it for about 7 days, 7 days or 14 days maximum, but no longer than that. And I remember on the third day I took this thing, and it was bitter, yo. I'm not gonna tell you that it was sweet. It's bitter, cause these parasites, these certain bad bacteria and stuff, they don't like bitter stuff. They don't like what you don't like. You understand? If you like a lot of candy and stuff, they love that. So I noticed like when I drank this on the third day, I heard a voice in my head telling me to stop this right now, right? And it almost sounded like my voice, but it wasn't my voice, my inner voice. And my intuition was telling me, yo, don't listen to that voice, continue to take it. And I I took it, and I remember feeling this, hearing but also feeling, because I more so feel experiences, and then my other senses kind of like add in their own interpretations of what the feeling is. So it felt like a scream, and I remember hearing a scream, the same voice, right? And then I felt this like gelatinous film. It's what I could explain, like come off of me. And from the time that happened, my thoughts, my mind was clear, clear, absolutely clear. Anything that would have triggered me, this was around Christmas time, so this was just before the winter solstice. Everybody going out to shop, going Christmas shopping, and I Christmas shopping and going with like my mom, my sister. They around shopping, and I just maybe going to town for one, two things. Um, yeah, and it's my patience used to be thin, like, but I noticed like around that time I was it was like if I was in my own bubble. Nothing could trigger me, nothing was irritating me. I was I was I was pretty zenned out. uh, I I found satisfaction in just like observing people, uh, just interacting with people. And I'm an empath, right? And I would usually, being around a very large crowd of people, and I mean it was Christmas, would have irritated me. I would have been feeling too much stimuli, too much interaction in my energetic field. But around that time, after that, using the black walnuts and stuff like that, I I could just create a field around me, and I was good. I was great. My mind was clear enough for me to actually create a form within my consciousness, within my mind, that would surround my body to allow me to actually not have the interference of certain forms of energy into my energetic field, into my space. So yeah, so I mean, mm, so I just decided to share that a bit. Hopefully, it helps. That's one of the aspects of activation. I've experienced maybe four different types, because I used to tap in. I would maybe 4 years ago. Yeah, I would tap in, and again I still do, because like I tell you, everything is coming back online a lot more now. But back then, man, my diet, everything was shot. It was right, but yet I was still getting certain activations, certain awareness, certain I was able to tap into certain things. So so I had different layers, different levels of it. So I know that I am going through different levels of initiation to essentially be able to have the experience to relate to what others may be going through within their activation cycles. So I just decided to share that part. It just came out. So yeah, yeah. So I'll probably do another one on one of the other aspects of my activation cycles. So have a good one and move in wholeness throughout the cosmos into your body, move in balance and recognize that you are the all. Wholeness.